What it do? Still with the count, shine like a lamp. Big boss hog. Boss dog can't pull through the door. Hit the talk this boxing fuck into my soliloquy. Let me tell times don't last. Good people who don't know self. Caught them in the final made me matter. Peak game, made it froze on West One. We clutched up, we clutched out. You know what we're talking about. Shakur Stevenson. Where his bad decisions, where his pride make him sit out for a while. Let's talk about it. So I was reading BoxingNews24.com. I read an article, and the article is titled Shakur Stevenson to retire after he turned down the Zapata fight, right? And reading the article, the guy starts talking about sports, and but he highlights how Shakur Stevenson, should have basically took that Tank fight. He also talked about in the article how, he probably should have took that offer that Turkey Al-Sheikh offered him, right? Because now he's saying for the foreseeable future, Shakur Stevenson turned down the Zapata fight, right? I guess because of the offer, right? Which Shakur Stevenson came out and said, like, bro, y'all offer me, this not the offer that we talked about. That you said you was going to offer me at first. Now you reneging on the offer. I'm a man, I don't bow down to nobody. And I respect that as a man. But at the end of the day, you kind of put yourself in a situation where you possibly ain't going to get no fights. You know what I mean? So, all I'm saying at the end of the day is just like, look. I think that Shakur should have took that Tank fight. You know what I mean? When PBC came to him and talked to him, he should have went all in on that. That's what I believe. I think he should have went all in. I feel like he should have stood 10 toes and be like, look, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm rocking with, and just roll with those punches. I don't think that he should have, signed with Eddie Hearn, because what can Eddie Hearn offer him? I mean, look at the situation he in, bro. He should have just stayed with Top Rank. If that was the case, at least they would have had him fighting. Because now he in a situation to where, like, Eddie got to jump through hoops. Eddie looking stressed out, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. Eddie Hearn, before he started signing all these fighters, was chilling. He was like, yeah, great. So people say, this man, it looks stressed out. He trying to put a smile on, trying to put that white man smile on, them blue eyes. That man looks stressed out. He looking like, man, what the? Because how can he deliver on these fights? You know what I'm saying? How can he get Shakur Stevenson to Zapata fight? Like, if Shakur Stevenson is being difficult. I get if Shakur Stevenson's cooperative. Shakur Stevenson like, nah, nigga, y'all niggas ain't offering me that offer. You told me you was gonna give me so million and you giving me this. You talking about this now. Like, why? You know what I mean? But this goes to show you that Shakur Stevenson is not as lucrative and marketable as he thinks he is in his mind. You get what I mean? In his mind, he think, oh man, I'm doing this, I'm selling this, I'm selling that, and he's not. You know what I mean? We gotta keep it 1,000. He's not. He's not selling. You know what I'm saying? He ain't selling. He ain't, he got a lot of skills though. You know what I mean? I ain't taking nothing away from Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is a very skillful, talented fighter. But it's like, boxing is a business at the end of the day. It's a lot of people that are very, very skillful, very, very talented. But these people are trying to invest in you and market you, and you making it more difficult for them to get fights. You know what I'm saying? Shakur did this with Devin Haney. People forget this. When Devin Haney offered Shakur Stevenson a contract, because Shakur was trying to stalk Devin Haney to force a fight, they offered him a contract. He talking about, oh, I'm worth more than that. Bro, sometimes you got to take risks, right? Because if you was able to go in there and beat Devin Haney, think about that. You take a low offer, right? The reward is greater. You're a champion. You know what I mean? You're a champion. And then yesterday's price ain't today's price. So you get out there, and now you get to be able to market yourself in a different manner. Now they got something to market you on. Hey, unified or undisputed champion at 135, Shakur Stevenson. You see what I'm saying? This one back on Devin Haney, but you turned down that offer. Tank and PBC come talk to you. You didn't go all in on that. You know? I don't know if Bud got in your ear or whatever, but you didn't go all in on that. You sat there like, I mean, I guess so, man. I guess, man. You know? It's like, bro, you got to dedicate yourself and go all in on opportunities. You know? I know you trying to stand on your 10 and, you know, but you got to be able to understand, like, okay, business-wise, will this make me, you know, this amount of money? And I blame Top Ranker Bob Brown for overpaying Shakur Stevenson. I'm not going to lie to you. I blame them, and then I blame Turk because Turk overpaid him. So now he feeling like, and a lot of fighters are feeling like, oh, man, I should get this. I ain't fighting. So now it's like this politic game. You see what I'm saying? I feel like Shakur Stevenson is very talented. But what has he done in the sport of boxing to make you be like, man, he one of the ones? Besides skill set alone, he ain't beat anybody where you could say, man, well, you can sit there and say, man, that dude at the top, my bad, text message came through. Man, that dude right there, man, he top of the line. He a top guy. He hasn't done that. You know what I'm saying? The top guys that want to fight him, Tank and Shakur, when Tank representation reached out to his team, he didn't go all in. He kind of had 1 foot in, 1 foot out type thing. You know what I'm saying? So you're verbally saying, oh, I want to fight. Oh, I stop this. I drop my belt to fight Tank. But then it's like, your actions are not showing that. Your actions are not showing, hey, man, I want to fight Tank. It's not showing that at all. So I can't sit here, bro, and co-sign that and say, bro, like, you know, man, Shakur is this, Shakur is that, Shakur. It's like you're not putting yourself in situations to get fights. You know what I mean? No, I understand. Turkey offer you a price. You know, I understand that. I get that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, just being critical of it, you know, I'm critiquing it. It's like, you don't have nobody on your resume, bro. So it might be time for you to just be like, you know what? Let me fight this dude and show the world that he not like that and beat him, right? And that will increase your payment. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to look at the greats from back in the day. Yeah, were they making the money y'all making? No, but they were willing to take risks. You know what I mean? Because they knew the reward would be greater. You look at Floyd Mayweather, right? And I know Oscar De La Hoya was like looked at as the face of boxing back then. But you look at that matchup. Floyd could have politicked and been like, hey, man, you know what? I'm better than you. I'm bigger than you. I got more skills than you. No. He said, you know what? I'll fight you. I'll be the B-side because I know I'm going to beat you. And when I beat you, the reward is better, right? Because now yesterday's price is not today's price. That's what Shakur and these young fighters got to understand. You're going to have to take risk and be like, F it, let's go. I'm going to fight you. And that's what I feel like he got to understand. So now you're in a situation to where you might be sitting up a while, right? Now you talking about I don't need Tank, but you at the point where you seem desperate and you mentioning Tank name. You see what I'm saying? Well, I'll you know, if Tank, you know, call me, you know, I'll fight him. We all know Tank finna fight Lamont Roach. We all know that. You know what I'm saying? We all know that, bro. So I ain't trying to hear that stuff, bro. Shakur needs to step his game up. Be quiet and just fight, bro. Let your skills talk. Stop talking with your mouth. Let your skills talk. Stop worrying about money. I get it. You trying to take care of your family. You trying to, and I understand that, bro. But a lot of these fighters nowadays are business minded. They're more concerned about money. But at the same time, bro, you got to get out here and prove it. Stop beating these names. Start knocking these dudes off. You got the skill set. Let's see it. Let's see you get in there with these top talent. Whatever they offer you, if they the A side over you, take that, man. Pause. Take that money and beat them. And then you the A side. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Boss gone.